welcome to Heritage Pointe's 28th Gala. I don't know if you've realized it or not, but tonight you are in for a very special treat. We have our selected honorees. Although each are unique, they all share this milestone. They all were born before 1938. If you've already had a little too much to drink and you can't do the math, that makes them at least 80. But don't let their age fool you. They're still going strong with their philanthropy and support of our community. We'd like to give a special thank you to Scott Siegel and his lovely wife, Leslie. They were our last year's honorees. Scott, would you come up, please? Scott, on behalf for all you do with Heritage Pointe, we would like to give you this gift, Gary Rosenthal's Tzedakah box. I would like to thank my committee members, Ann Miller, Alana Sampson, Roberta Firsting. Appreciate them. Our superb philanthropy team, Beth Slavin, Pamela Davis, Jesse Siebert, and of course our CEO, President, Mr. Mike Silverman. Now I would like to ask Rabbi Joe Mendelson to please come up and give us the motzi. Thank you.
Good evening. It's a special pleasure to be here tonight as I rejoin the Heritage Pointe family. Yesterday we just read Parshat Yirah. It's the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. And in the beginning, God's asking, shall I bring Abraham into the decision to destroy the cities? He says something very interesting. He says, I have singled him out that he may instruct his children and his posterity to keep the way of the Lord by doing what is just and right. I think this really describes our 8 over 80 honorees. You being honored tonight, you have been singled out because you have instructed us in your actions how to do what is just and what is right. This meal is part of that recognition and appreciation of what you have taught. So as I come downstairs to say the motzi, may this motzi represent the commitment by all of us here to continue these lessons that you have taught us. And may we all really, truly appreciate all that you have done by our actions. I thank you very much. And let me say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get ready to show our honoree video. So, if you'll turn your attention to our big screens, our high definition, on our 8 honorees.
My Jewish volunteerism began in my childhood and my teenage period as well, where activities through my synagogue, Shir Shemayim, and my local Jewish Community Center, the AZA chapter, taught me the meaning of tzedakah. The idea, the Jewish concept that mandates that we be obligated to help those less fortunate through contributions of our time and our money.
It's important to give because people have given to me generously. When I was at UCLA, I was on fellowships that had been provided by people long since gone, whom I never knew or met. And I felt I had to pass that on when I became able to do the same thing.
I was very, very fortunate to be a recipient of a large sum of money. It was given to me for a reason, I feel, and that's to help where I can.
The things that you receive, you have to return to the community as much as you can. If something presents itself would satisfy that desire to give back to the community, you just want to hop onto it.
Giving is important because that is part of our religion, that we not only give, but also give of ourselves to make the world a little better. We believe in Tikkun Olam, and I fully embrace that and have all my life.
My mom, Rose Lasher, started Jeremiah Society over 30 years ago. And it's a program for Jewish adults with special needs, for socialization, expression, dignity, respect, support. It's always been very important to Rose.
Everybody likes Jeremiah. They're nice people there. They take care of us. We do all kinds of things.
One of the major premises of Judaism is to provide for Jewish seniors. Heritage Pointe fulfills the fruition of that need, that supposition. And I wanted to be part of it as well as with Loretta.
Well, I support Heritage Pointe because it's a needed entity.
I'm very much at home when I go. I have so many friends there. We're there every Friday morning. Joe helps with computers, and then I visit with different people. And they look forward to us coming, and we look forward to seeing all our friends.
I have a passion for Heritage Pointe, working in the gift shop. Since 1997, I've been volunteering here at the home. I feel like I'm being productive, I'm giving back, and I really get enjoyment out of it.
The more you get, the more you want to give, and the more you do give.
You know, it's like the man who planted a tree, you know, for his children, not for him. And I feel that the things we are doing now is going to help the future generations. I think we are building a very strong Jewish community in Orange County.
What is the secret to being happy after 80?
There is no secret. Happiness is a state of well-being. Good health, contentment, joy, satisfaction are derived from meaningful endeavors, creating welfare for those less fortunate than us as volunteers.
We've been married for 69 years, and we just turned 90.
When you're having a discussion and something comes up that you don't agree with, you have to agree with it, even if she's wrong.
I guess I've always been kind of an incurable optimist. That kind of tells it all. So if you're an optimist, an incurable optimist, that helps a lot.
I think the key is to really do what you love doing. I have had to cut back on a lot of things, but I really get a lot of joy and a lot of happiness out of what I do, and that's why I keep doing it.
You need to stay active, giving of your time, but also exercising. I just did 3 miles this morning before I came here.
Go to Heritage Pointe. Tell Loretta what you're interested in doing, and they'll find a spot for you. I'm thankful to the home for giving me a purpose. When I found out that I was one of the nominees, it made me feel darn good.
We want to thank Heritage Pointe, the community, for honoring Rose. It's fantastic. We're grateful.
I want to acknowledge the supporters who entered me as a nominee for this recognition and all the attendees whose presence here tonight and participation benefits Heritage Pointe.
We're going to invite our honorees to come up here right now. how do we not start off this with just a l'chaim to life, these wonderful honorees? So, toast. So, worry looks around, fear looks back, faith looks up, guilt looks down, but our honorees tonight always look forward. Tonight our honorees have a remarkable philanthropic spirit, and their life's work has been to make our world a better place. They really, truly set an example for all of us. They give their resources in such a variety of ways that they sustain the lives of so many in our Heritage Pointe community. They've overcome enormous adversities, and yet they encourage everyone to put their hand over their heart and feel what they feel, and that is purpose. Each of them have responded to life's hardships. They see our community's needs, and they say, Hineni, here I am. Our first honoree is Dr. Doris Chasen. And Doris knows a little something about inspiring and lifting up the lives of others, as she has spent a lifetime in academics shaping the lives of students and opening their eyes to see the world through the lens of others. She's influenced countless young people through her dedication and commitment to making the world a better place. Thank you, Doris. Now, her son Sheldon is here for Rose Lasher. Rose is 96 years old, Sheldon? Remarkable. And we're so grateful to have you here tonight, Sheldon, to honor your mother. Rose has been an angel in our Jewish community, and she's always at the forefront of helping those who, perhaps without her oversight, would remain in the shadows of support. She's helped launch the Jeremiah Society, and she continues supporting the underserved Jewish community with the Mandel House and the Horowitz residential homes. Thank you, Rose. Our next honorees, Dr. Joe and Barbara Leibovitz. How amazing is this? They're members of the first Havurah in this country. I mean, imagine the gallons of Manischewitz that they've served over the years. It's just, Manischewitz should be the sponsor of your table tonight. I don't know what tons of challah, brisket, whitefish were served building those friendships. But where they truly shine, where they truly serve best is their community and their leadership in Jewish Family Service, president of Sisterhood Hadassah, president of the synagogue. Now that's some kind of gig. My brother. I'll tell you what. And so many philanthropic projects. A beautiful, inspired highlight is that they deliver Shabbat meals, the Shabbat experience to residents of board and care homes. Thank you, Joe and Barbara Leibovitz. Our next honoree, Marlene Mitnick. Marlene has volunteered at the Heritage Pointe gift shop, and she has clocked in, worked some 8,000 hours, and I have to tell you, that doesn't include the returns. That's like another 4,000 hours. Can you imagine? My Kiddush cup leaks, the candles don't work. Marlene, I'm returning this. They're constantly returning things. It's like, it doesn't end. But she's got a deep passion and love for the residents of Heritage Pointe, and while she has touched so many here in her retail life, it is Marlene who has found meaning and value to be connected here. Thank you, Marlene. Our next honoree, Dr. Herb Modilewski. Herb. He has shared his medical insight and supported his enormous philanthropic work with the Children's Hospital of Orange County and the Make-A-Wish Foundation. He's helped launch the Jewish community Hanukkah celebrations at Segerstrom Center for the Arts, and I personally have a very fond memory of that. The very last memories I have of my father, who was stricken with Alzheimer's. He danced and sang with all those cantors, particularly our cantor Jonathan Grant, who was here this evening during one of those Hanukkah concerts, and Herb donated the very Torah he chanted to on his bar mitzvah, along with a newly designed mantle and ark. Thank you, Herb. Our next honoree is Blossom Siegel. Blossom first traveled to Israel in 1985 on a United Jewish Appeal mission. She had no idea this trip would change her life forever, and now she's traveled to Israel some 35 times. Her and Bibi, they're like this, I tell you what. But the true impact has been the deep influence she's had to encourage so many in our community, particularly young families, to travel to Israel and discover our home. It is in Blossom's DNA to lift up her community, to be a light to help others, and she has a special love for disadvantaged Jews throughout the world. She believes strongly in supporting and developing the next generation of Jewish leaders, and she has been instrumental in the establishment right here of Heritage Pointe from the very beginning. Thank you, Blossom. Our next honoree, Polly Sloan, was a singer and dancer with USO, providing live entertainment to members of the U.S. Armed Forces and their families. She's been called a model for her community, and frankly, she's a model here tonight. I'll tell you what, folks. Look at her, all dolled up. But she's got an unwavering commitment to giving back. She joined the Women's Division of the Jewish Federation. She was instrumental in the formation of the Jewish Community Center in South Orange County. She was named Woman of the Year and has gone on to establish the Orange County Jewish Historical Society. Folks, she could have been on Dancing with the Stars, but tonight, the angels are dancing because of her generous philanthropy. Thank you, Polly. Now, Zig Ziglar says you have exactly one life to live, to do everything you've wanted, so stop wasting it in things that don't matter. So at the young age of 80, our last honoree, Leona Aronoff Sadaka. Leona still believes in looking around her community and with a determination assesses a strategic plan on what is needed to make things better. Herb Keller of Southwest Airlines, when asked about a strategic plan, he goes, "Oh, we have a strategic plan. It's called doing things." Leona knows the secret of life is always making progress. The value of always improving yourself is what drives her. She's been a loyal volunteer at the American Heart Association. She's on the board of overseers of the Hebrew Union College. She's a leader on the board of Think Together. She serves on the board of the Pacific Symphony and South Coast Repertory Theater. During World War II, Leona saw the darkness that sought to destroy our Jewish community, and she committed herself to shining a bright light of inspiration, education, and lifting up those in need of support. I have a special place in my heart for Leona, as she and her husband Joe had an unwavering, enthusiastic support of my endeavors at Temple Bat Yam, and her love and friendship for Leslie and I has remarkably enriched my life as it has for many of you. So ladies and gentlemen, one last toast, one last l'chaim to our wonderful, beautiful, philanthropic honorees at Heritage Pointe. And with that, folks, we're going to serve your second course. So, thank you.
And before that, we're going to dance around our honorees in a little more. Come on, step up, please. Let's dance around these incredible people. Yes, you stay seated. If you like to dance, of course you can dance. But we are going to honor you by dancing the horror right around you.
that life for our residents at Heritage Pointe is anything but dull would be an understatement. The most commonly asked question people ask me about the home is what is a day in the life at Heritage Pointe like? The enrichment and socialization process of daily activities full of cultural, religious, and social programming offer a broad range of options to fit the needs of our seniors. Enjoying live entertainment such as music and dance and intergenerational programs are always fulfilling. Residents can stay physically active through chair yoga, balance classes, stretching, and swimming. They can keep their minds active playing bridge, poker, mahjong, and cerebrally fit through book groups, study groups, and brain fitness. They can enjoy creative pursuits such as painting, crafts, flower arrangement, and of course take part in the numerous outings to restaurants, movies, casinos, and more. But living together in a Jewish and kosher environment led by a wonderful and loving rabbi who brings residents and their families and the community together, and worshiping in our own synagogue is truly what Heritage Pointe is all about. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we present to you A Day in the Life.
Welcome to art class. Today we're going to be painting some photos. Are you guys familiar with painting?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
I have some different photos for you guys to paint.
You want to paint those?
Can you?
Oh, no, I prefer that one. I leave Mona Lisa alone.
Oh, did you know her?
I know her personally. Does it look like a lighthouse?
Does it look like a lighthouse? Did you see a lighthouse, Arlene?
Ew, basically, I like
yes. Well, this is the painting.
We're gonna do that one?
How do you feel about trees?
Are you serious? Am I gonna paint that? That looks
I believe in you.
But the thing is, it looks so gloomy. I want something with a little life to it.
A little light. Let me see if I have something else.
I mean, look at this, what they wanted me to paint. I mean, actually.
She can't see it. She has cataract. And you're over there just painting Mona. She looks like a blob.
No, that's her forehead. She has a big forehead.
Oh, she has a 5 head.
They want to be sold?
Yeah, we're going to sell them.
Auction?
How much do you think someone would pay for your painting?
Oh, yeah. A nickel.
A nickel?
You have to get it like this here.
I'm seeing it. It's like fall time.
Yeah, it's fall time. And like that. Do you see?
Just dabs. Just dabs. No strokes.
No
you just
stroke.
dab.
I can't stroke. I have to dab.
You just, no strokes. Just a little.
I've
already
had
a
stroke.
You've already had
Oh, yeah. Don't talk about that now.
Oh, you're doing good. Oh, I see the lighthouse. How's Mona coming along? Oh.
Mona. Oh,
Mona.
Why is she smiling? Some people said you should use the expression, she had gas.
Yeah.
That might be wrong.
Maybe she needed some Dina. This is Mona.
She is stunning. I think we should call her Millie.
Millie.
Millie Rubenstein.
Millie Rubenstein.
No, this is Mona Lisa.
Both hands. Get on in there. Yes, it's like interpretive dance and painting. It looks very similar.
You think so? Okay.
Can you tell with the cataracts? You can. It looks just like that. This is Harleen.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's Starry Night.
That's beautiful.
What would you name your painting?
That's Harleen with cataracts.
Harleen with cataracts.
That's wonderful.
I love it.
Oh,
Let's see yours, Elaine.
oh, look at mine, everybody. You have to see
This is her work of art.
Now, you tell me.
Elaine.
Oh, is that that gorgeous?
Just
You're ready for the move.
You're ready for the loop. You just kick Mona out.
That's exactly right. That is gorgeous. Oh.
And then Betty.
Her name is Millie Goldberg.
Okay, so it's not Mona Lisa.
No.
It's Millie Goldberg.
No, I beg your pardon, it's Mona Lisa.
It's Mona Lisa.
In drag.
In drag.
That's good. I like that. I like that. In drag.
So it would be more like Mona Lisa. Yeah. Thank you, ladies. I'll see you next time for our
I didn't
class.
put my name on it.
You'll know which one's yours.
Hey, Steven! Buddy!
Come right this way, Florence and Leo, and I'll show you a one-bedroom apartment. Okay, that's good. That's what we're looking for. Let me see. I know someone is here.
235, my favorite number.
Really?
Coming.
Come on in.
Hello.
looking for me, honey? You
Sure.
looking for me?
Welcome. Yes, absolutely. I was looking
Today's
for
your
you.
lucky day, baby.
Is this apartment taken or is this available? Well, let me check with
Right.
Mike
Does
Silverman.
he come with the apartment?
Oh, welcome to Heritage Point.
What did you think of this apartment? Oh, I think it's great. Leo, do you like this? Hey, Leo, where are you? Oh, here he is. There he is. He's in the movie theater. Okay, yeah. What are you doing here?
Trying to get away.
This theater is named for Paul Goldenberg. Who is he? King of the big screen TV.
I thought I was the king.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
Well, we hope you all enjoyed a little laughter about Heritage Point. I'd like to ask Mike Silverman to join me. I don't have a stool to climb up on, so bear with us.
I usually do not sleep at Heritage Point like that. Even though I did stay in an apartment for 2 months when I moved out here, I have to say I really enjoyed my time when I was sleeping there. But it was a lot of fun putting that video together. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And things at Heritage Point are a little wacky sometimes, but we try to have a lot of fun every single day. And we appreciate all of your support. So thank you for being here.
So formally, we thank all of you for joining us tonight as we celebrate 8 phenomenal, actually we have to say 9, but 8 phenomenal philanthropists from across Orange County, nominated by all of you, the community. Each one positively impacted our lives at Heritage Point, and we're so proud to recognize your accomplishments.
The word inspiring comes to mind for me because each of the honorees tonight has inspired all of us to think of others and how we can all make a difference. And certainly following in their footsteps are the lay leaders that help Heritage Point remain steadfast to our mission to honor our community of mothers and fathers as Jewish tradition teaches us.
But let's not forget our vision statement. Heritage Pointe will foster an exceptional environment based on Jewish values where all community members, seniors, their families, and volunteers can learn, grow, live well, and flourish.
I'd like to ask our Board of Directors and Advisory Committee members to please rise and accept a round of applause for your commitment to our community seniors.
Thank you. And for those of you who work for a Jewish community organization, be it a synagogue or a special service organization, we ask that you please stand and accept a round of applause for your commitment to a thriving, vital, and exceptional Jewish community for everyone, young and old.
Okay, last but not least, I'd like to especially thank Heritage Pointe's business partners, many of whom are here in attendance tonight who support us daily by providing outstanding products and services. Heritage Pointe cannot do what we do alone, so our business partners are vital to our success. Thank you all so much.
Each year, go ahead. Absolutely. Thank you. Each year, our gala has allowed us to convey to you specific needs that will help enhance the quality of life for our residents and their visitors. You have been exceptionally generous in past years, and this year we have a request that we know you will all support.
The dining experience in Heritage Pointe is the most relevant activity of the day. Our residents look forward to each meal, and even though we seldom make anything exactly the way that Bubby made it, we do our very best and strive each day to make the dining experience outstanding. It's tough to compete with the finer restaurants in town, but we believe our residents deserve the very best, so we are replacing all of our dishware with new china this year.
And that means replacing all the dairy and meat dishware. We provide 3 meals each day in the dining room for over 200 residents, family members, and guests.
And of course, it's not only about the ambiance and the dishware. We plan to make dramatic changes to the entire dining room and elevate the experience. Changing the dishware is the perfect place to start.
So on your table, you will find a gold envelope. We ask you all to pick up a pen, take a few minutes, fill out the form, and be as generous as you can. We appreciate it. Our residents appreciate it. And we look forward to seeing you back on the dance floor in a short amount of time. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you all.